Right, we need to be high energy because people can sense it if we're not high energy.
Can you tell we're dead today?
Ma! What is that?
Ma! Hello! People don't think this is episode 6. And we are back with episode 7.
Episode 7.
7's actually a very special number to us, isn't it?
Yeah.
For some reason, we just like have a thing about 7s.
Yeah, 7.
We're actually meant to get
bodies.
7 tattooed on us somewhere. We still are going to get it.
That was when we were on a trip.
On a trip, not the kind of trip that you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Some shroomy
There's
trip.
7 energetic bodies. What else was it? I can't remember.
7 chakras. 7 colours of the rainbow.
People are going to hear this off already.
7 colours of the rainbow. Voodoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just, 7 just was very like...
it was Ronaldo's number, was it? I don't even know if it was.
A number that just kept coming up for us.
Yeah.
One time on this trip. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave the rest to the imagination.
So we're back with episode 7.
Yeah, we're flying along
We
with
actually
this.
are. We've been
Well, actually, this is our like 3rd.
No, we did. How many did we do last time before we stopped? 3.
So this is our 4th one. We're on a
Oh
proper
my
roll.
God, we pushed. Remember we said last time, next time would be the
We're
tally.
on a
Or was it last
roll.
one? I can't remember.
So yeah, we're just back for a little chat this week.
Yeah. Free therapy session.
Free therapy session,
Yeah.
free lols with your gal pals, your serotonin sisterhood.
Serotonin sister.
You're a sistas.
Serotonin.
And we're just here to chat some shit, get banged,
chat
basically.
Again.
And yeah, so what did we do last week? Reflect on our week last week before we get into our segments.
Jesus.
Well, last week my week was great. I went to Jakarta.
Oh, yeah.
It was flipping.
The trip of a lifetime that I spoke about in the last
it was
one.
actually great. We went for
Yeah.
3 days. So fun.
Similar to New York.
Honestly, yeah. It was like the Indonesian version of New York,
Yeah.
big city. Because obviously we live here now. It's like
Islandy.
island life,
Yeah.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
Bit like Ireland, to be honest.
Island boy.
Island boy.
Yeah, but when you go to places like Nusa Penida and stuff, it's another island.
It's very remote.
It's very remote. You're like, Jesus Christ. Like, imagine plopping one of these locals in the middle of Ireland. They wouldn't know what to do. Ooh, they wouldn't know what to do.
remote.
Like, it's so nice how remote it is and how, like, simple things are there, you know?
Mhm. And then Changi is kind of in the middle, and then Jakarta
Yeah.
is like back to city life, like high-rise buildings, beautiful restaurants.
Yeah, I was only there for 5 days in quarantine, so I didn't really see
And the
much of
hotel I
it.
stayed in was flipping amazing. I was literally living my dream life. Like,
Yeah,
it was amazing.
that's so
Best time, best company, best.
Who'd you go with?
Such a great trip.
Yeah.
But anyway, green flags only. That's all I'm gonna say.
What did I do? It's a great
Boring
question.
anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
No.
No, I just went to Ulu. For a day, went
yeah.
sunbathing, that was it. Still not much more tan, but
Who did you go with?
anyways. No one. Went on my own.
Lies.
Yeah.
But
it
yeah,
was grand.
so that was the high of last week. Did you have any pits last week?
Many.
Oh yeah.
A few.
I mean, we don't talk about
No,
it.
we don't. Good vibes only here today. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did I have any pits last week? No.
No, all good.
None that I can actually think
Vibing
of.
high.
If I can't think of my pit from last week, it means I did a good job of letting it go.
Yeah.
you
I don't
know?
even know what day it is though. Like, you're like, what did you do last week? I'm like, I don't know.
It's Wednesday, so from Wednesday to Wednesday.
I can't believe it's fucking nearly the weekend already. Like,
Yeah, we have a
Jesus
fun weekend coming up
Christ.
as well.
Yeah, we do. It's our friend's birthday. We're going
Shout
to
out to you, Kegs.
Savaya. It's like a nightclub here. Haven't been there in like 3 months. Anytime I go, I can't remember. Honestly, I don't remember one. I think I remember 2 Savayas I've ever been at, and that is an actual issue. That's an issue
that's
in
another
itself.
episode that we should probably talk about, because I'm sure other people suffer with
Yeah.
the same
The
thing.
same
blackout
can't
experience.
stop drinking once you have
Doesn't know when to
4
stop.
drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Doesn't know their limit.
Doesn't actually.
what
I do
I-
know my limit. It's just when I drink, I seem to just be like, it's grand. I'll have another one. And then like
you be like
I lose all
inhibitions.
logical parts of my brain. Like, they're gone. Like, gone. Gone.
You should be that thread. Little Miss doesn't know her limit,
Little, yeah, literally me. Now I do. It's 3, 4.
and I just don't really drink at all.
No, to be honest, I don't even enjoy it anymore.
I
either.
think I've had. I'm not even joking you. 1 or 2 maximum.
Yeah, I feel like you go through phases.
drinks in the
and-
last 6 months.
Yeah, you went through a wild phase. Now you're out of it.
Then I went through a celibate sober phase.
Yeah.
Now I'm just on the sober phase.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I think I've had 2 drinks in the last 6 months, and they're like 2 casual drinks. I had like one Aperol spritz in Jakarta, and like maybe one other like cocktail at Finn's.
I've literally been drunk like 3 times this year, maybe, which
Yeah.
isn't a lot. You know, it's just when I go out, and that's it. Go hard or go home. It's my motto.
Well, actually,
It's changing.
I've only drank once this year. Like, had one night out this year, like where I drank and
the fight night.
went a bit wild. That was my cut-off point where I decided to change my life, and then I went Ubud and had a whole.
She's not an alcoholic, by the way, so I don't know
No,
why
that was
she's
like,
making it out as if
that was
she
just
is.
like I took the party too far and was like, that was it for me. Do you know when you just like sometimes you need that like kind of turning point?
You do.
So February 19, that was my turning point, and ever since then,
I've needed that.
if you go back to the first ever podcast, I was like crying and all.
Yeah, her mood was so depleted. I was like, wow, okay, I need
so-
to carry this on my back now.
Yeah.
I'm carrying that
You
podcast.
did back surgery after that.
Yeah.
I'm carrying the shit of the podcast.
Carrying the episode, yeah.
But yeah, and then that was my turning point. So I'm glad I only had like one crazy night out this year. And to be honest, I don't miss drink at all. Like I probably could go the rest of the year without drinking.
Oh, I honestly,
like as in
yeah.
getting fucked.
I feel like obviously it's fine, and
Casual
some people
drink,
find
yeah.
it fun to switch off from like their busy week and their hectic life and whatnot, and just to go out and have fun when you do when you're young and whatever age really. But I always just don't feel great after drinking. Like
Yeah.
obviously because I drink far too much, so my body can't even handle it. But just the vibrational.
That's it for me. It's like
I
I
just
can
don't feel well at all.
like I feel like drinking for me is like instant gratification, but then I'm gonna feel shit after. So for me, I will give up the short-term pain of not drinking for the long-term gain of feeling great the next day and the next week.
Yeah, and when you
stuff.
get onto the role of like knowing how good you feel every single weekend, whatever it is,
Without
not waking
drink.
up hungover, you're like
I don't wanna
you
break
don't even
that
want to
pattern.
forfeit it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're kind of like, oh, like that's what's putting me off drinking on the weekend now. I'm like, I don't want to be hungover on Sunday.
Yeah, it's just like not like.
And then I don't see the point of just having 1 or 2 either. Which is,
Yeah.
I need to see the point in that as well.
We're
but
gonna
I just
go
don't.
hard or go home.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, all or nothing.
Yeah.
In a lot of things in life, but
everything.
especially with
Yeah.
alcohol for me and like just party in general.
Same.
But I don't miss it, and like.
I wonder will you ever party again? I know I will.
Yeah,
But
I
don't
feel
know
like
if
I
you
have a
will.
lot of like PTSD from partying, just like because
Yeah.
it's so high and low, high and low, high and low. Like you're having so much fun at the party, but then it's so low, like for the next days or weeks after.
I think I just get possessed as well when I drink.
Yeah,
honestly,
Orna
like,
has an alter ego.
possessed.
And we all call her Regina.
Regina, like
And
Regina
like all
George.
our friends over here know her as Regina.
From Mean Girls.
And it's like, because she's, Mean Girls.
Like, I'm the complete opposite when I'm sober. Like, people that met me, so, actually, I'm not going to tell the story. So, my boyfriend met me when I was drunk, and he was like, you're completely different when you're sober.
Yeah.
Like, completely different.
He
But he was
has,
like,
like,
who
two-
is this girl?
He has 2 different girlfriends. Basically,
Yeah,
like,
basically
a
he
sober
does.
one and a fucking
Yeah.
bitch when she's drunk. Like,
I don't know why.
but yeah, I think. Oh yeah, all of our friends know you as Regina, and like whenever we're drinking, everyone's like, "Is Regina out yet?" Or like, "Is Regina coming out tonight?"
It's actually
Yeah.
absurd. Absurd.
Yeah,
to
one
say
of our
the
friends
least.
has one called Lucifer as well. He's hilarious.
Yeah, that
Like,
is
hilarious. The 2 of them, Regina and Lucifer together, poof,
Yeah,
would not be
Not a
ideal.
vibe.
not bad.
Um,
Entertainment for everyone else, yeah, but
For yourself now, it's just, I'm sure it happens to a lot of people as well, you know?
oh yeah, everyone has like an
100%.
alter ego
Yeah.
when they're drunk.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm not getting like that anymore. That's done. We've left
Yeah,
that.
I just don't miss alcohol. I can just create my own high vibes without alcohol. Like,
Same.
and my favorite thing to do like is go sober. Okay, this might be crazy to people. I think like going sober to parties. Some people just can't do it. Like, but going
Yeah.
sober out to a night out or a party, having fun, dancing, being happy anyway, and then when my social battery runs out or I'm tired, I just go home. I'm like that
Yeah.
Homer in the bush meme, like where you do like
Irish
an Irish
goodbye,
goodbye,
yeah.
like.
Yeah, we used to always
Gone.
be doing
Everyone's
them,
like, "Where'd you go last night?" You're like, "Heh, see ya."
Bye.
And like one of my friends said to me this quote. It was like, "If you leave at the party when everyone's having a good time, you'll always be remembered as the person that's there when everyone's having a good time." Do you know, like if you leave before everyone's
I
having a
just
down.
don't understand how that makes sense. You've said that a few times, and I'm like, nobody remembers fuck all when they're drunk. They're like, I don't even know what time I got home at, don't know who I was
Okay, but you know if
speaking
everyone's having a good
to.
time, and then like at the start of the night, and you're there, and everyone's like, "Yeah, I
Nobody
remember
even
talking to
notices
her."
if you're gone.
And like then you leave before shit hits the fan, or like before people are like hungover and dead, And they're like, oh yeah, she's great crack at the party, but it's like not you, it's like the whole environment.
It's
when you're
their
there.
fucking drunkenness. Yeah.
You know,
this podcast is called AA.
Yeah, this podcast is Alcohol's Anonymous. Why we don't miss it.
Oh god.
But
anyway.
yeah, we're on a different
That was
buzz
a completely
right
different
now.
side. Like
We're on a different buzz.
sidetrack.
We're on the trippy buzz.
No, we're just on like a normal, healthy lifestyle buzz.
Yeah, we're just on the journaling, meditation, waking up at 6 a.m. for coffees. The other day I woke up at like 6 on a Saturday morning, went for my normal coffee, so it was about like 6:45 when I was driving my scooter there, and my friends were coming back in their car on the way home from a party, and I was like,
that is the fear.
that was the moment.
That is the fear.
That was a moment I was just like, wow, I do not miss that.
Ew.
I do
oh my
not.
god, no.
Like when you're partying and the sun comes up is,
Oh my god,
I
that's
think
awful.
possibly up there with one of the like worst feelings, like
you're just
heartbreak
like, oh
and
my
that.
god, because like all like your drunkenness or whatever has left your system, and then you're just like, wow, why'd I do that? Why'd I do that? What does Dad say? Big ships at night, little boats in the morning.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that's enough. We can do a whole
Yeah.
episode on
Alcohol,
alcoholism if you
partying.
want, party life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll let you know if we stay sober this weekend.
Yeah, we will. We'll update in the
I'm
next
sure we will.
podcast.
I have very
I know
high
I will.
hopes.
As in, like...
Let's pinky swear right now.
Yeah, okay, it's on camera, guys, so I will. You have to lock it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Done.
So we'll just get right into our
Diving
segments
deep.
this
Question
week.
of the week.
So, first segment, diving deep.
Yeah.
Cue the scuba.
That's like a helicopter. We need to get some snorkels.
Yeah, we should genuinely invest and
Yeah.
like wear them.
Yeah.
Can you imagine we did this whole segment with a snorkel on?
I think we should.
They're the funniest things ever when you go snorkeling and like you're like,
You
like
can't breathe,
and then the water
like-
goes down your tube and you choke.
Oh my god, in Gilly, we all went snorkeling hungover. Up there, one of the worst things I've ever done.
They were like, take us home.
We were yellow, like with sickness. Oh my god, it was awful.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But anyway, so our question this week is, or not allow you to ask it because it's something you've been asking yourself.
okay.
This week.
Yeah. So, what is one pattern that
Behaviours.
that you keep on repeating that is stopping you from getting you where you want to be,
who you want to be.
who you want to be, what you want to be doing, what you want to be
So-
working at, whatever. What is one pattern that you keep repeating that's stopping you from getting there? And ask yourself, why are you doing that? Is it because you don't want to do the thing as much as you think you do? Which a lot of the time it can be that. Is it you're scared of failure, which is probably the number one thing that why people procrastinate? Or, yeah.
Like a self-sabotaging behaviour
Yeah.
that you are repeatedly doing that's stopping you from getting to where you want to be. So sometimes like this can be in a relationship.
Mine is
as well.
procrastination, like fucking straight off the bat. Like, but I think that it's not procrastination because I'm lazy. It's not that. I know it's not that. It's like, because I don't know. I'm sure I do now.
Well, this
deep
can be
down,
like in a
but
relationship when a girl stays with a guy or a guy stays with a girl, but like,
we're not targeting men in this one.
no, but because they know like the person's not good with them, they know the solution is to break up with the person, but they can't. And they just keep like, keeping themselves in a toxic, or like in a job that they really hate and they know they have a calling for something else, but they're just going to stay in the job
Because they're comfortable.
It's like security.
And they know, so say Monday to Friday, I get up, go to work, go on the computer, do this, do that, blah, 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 go home, get the bus, blah, blah, blah,
the pain of
easy.
change is greater than the pain they feel of like
Yes.
living that like life that they don't want to
100%.
live, or like.
But, like, you'll never know, like, what's beyond that if you never try, you know what I mean? Like, it literally, this is me speaking to myself.
Yeah, just
As
Ornait's
well
actually just recording
right
that so
now.
she can listen back to this on the podcast and
Yeah, like,
You know,
you'll never know
reinforce
what's
it into your
beyond
brain.
that. Like, it literally could be your dream life, or just, like, things that you never even imagined were possible. And, like, you've heard so many success stories from people, and you're like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then you're like, but why can't that be you? Because if other people have done that before you, why couldn't it be you?
yeah,
You
if
know
you
what I
think
mean?
about it, life is just purely based on failure.
Yeah,
You need to fail.
yeah, you do. And, like,
And then when you're starting again, you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience.
exactly, and you have that. You're like, right, that didn't work out last time. What did I learn from that? Okay, this is what I can do differently. And yeah, it's a process, but I feel like that's what life is. And like, this has come up a lot this week. I'm like, we're always focused on the end goal. We just want the end goal. That's it. Tunnel vision, nothing else. But like, the most important thing is like just enjoying the
1%
process
every
and
day.
doing the process and having a process-oriented mindset. You're doing little bits every day, like ticking off your to-do list, and eventually you will get to that place, like, or else you might get somewhere else that will be even better, you know?
1% every day leads to 100%.
Yeah.
And it's not even focusing on, like, okay, obviously you need to have the, like, end goal in mind so that you know where you're going. But it's not even focusing on the end goal exactly, like, I want this. It's, like, focusing on the feeling. How will you feel? Because that's, like, what they say manifestation's about, is, like, yeah, manifesting, like, having the visualization of, like, the car, the house, the bag, whatever you want to do it for. But also, like, not even, you need to kind of channel the feelings that come with that. And then, like, that will keep you motivated. If,
And
like,
know your why.
every day you're like,
Know your why.
I am going to feel like this when I get that. You know,
Yeah.
like, focus on the feeling of, like,
Yeah.
how, because, like, that's what, you know, that's what keep you getting up out of bed every day to do this thing, is, like, the feeling of, like,
even
yes,
when
I'm
you
so,
don't want to, because motivation isn't consistent. You have to be disciplined. And like, a good thing I heard to do is write down, I'm still yet to do this, I'm going to do this tonight, write down your why, because when shit hits the fan and when times get tough, you can look back to that why and be like, I don't care, this is what I'm doing, this is why I'm doing it, and I don't care what's happening around me, I'm going to do it. And
be honest with yourself about your why. Like, if it's because you want to see the paycheck at the end of it, or you want to see the bag, or you want to, like toxically make your boyfriend jealous, like, at least fucking be honest with yourself about it.
Who would do that?
And then that's real life.
Make your boyfriend jealous.
Like, you know, if you want to, like, be successful because your boyfriend or someone
or he
in school
could put you down
told
or
you
something.
that you'll
Yeah.
never do it.
Yeah.
You want to prove to someone else, like, even if it's not
a lot
for
of the time,
yourself.
that's what it is. Like, people, even
it's a motivation.
the most successful people say it, they're like, I know why I'm doing what I'm doing is ego driven. I can say it's to help people, but then that all comes back to feeding my ego as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I always say that, like, buying presents for people is nice and kind, but you're doing it to make yourself happy. When you see their face, it's like a selfless, like, a selfless gesture, but it makes you
like in that episode
happy.
of Friends where Phoebe's trying to find, like, a non-selfless way of helping people, and, like, where she doesn't get any enjoyment out of it, but she just keeps getting enjoyment out of it when she sees people, like, being happy.
Even if you're donating to charity and then you see the kids benefit from it, and you're like, oh, and then, like, it makes you happy, like, which is the best way to make yourself happy, because you're not, like, getting joy out of anyone else's
because
pain.
then you've brought someone else that, and, like, I feel like in yourself it's more fleeting than it is when you give it to someone else. 100%. I feel like if you really want to do something, you'll do it as well, if your why is strong enough. If it's not, maybe you'll go to write down your why and you'll be like, actually, I don't fucking care about this.
Yeah.
You know? And then you won't do it, and then on to something else.
Yeah, on to next. And, so be honest and be like, okay, it's to make him jealous, but at least own it. Or it's, okay, it's to get the bag or the paycheck. Like, at least own it, and then you'll be clear on why you want to do it. And then it might make you think, actually, is this really what I want?
And you might need to do it to realise it's not actually what you want to do. And it's just another part of life, because life is just complex.
Yeah, and just processes.
It's all just processes,
But yeah, so the question this week is...
why you keep repeating the patterns, or what patterns that you keep repeating
self-sabotaging behaviours
that are stopping you from getting where you want to be, etc., etc. Ask yourself. Anyway,
moving on. Segment number
2.
Stuck in the mud.
Do you like a pig?
When I think of stuck in the mud, I think of a car wheels.
I think of a pig just rolling around in the mud. I don't know why.
I mean, happy as a pig and shit.
Percy pigs.
That's what they say. Oh my god,
I love some of them. Oh,
you can actually
apparently they're like €20.
You can get them here
in Marks and Spencer's here.
Oh god, my phone just starts playing real. In Marks and Spencer's here. So we have some stuck in the mud questions.
You screenshot them.
Okay, so first question of stuck in the mud. We put up an anonymous link on my personal Instagram and the Serotonin and yours. And I think these are really good to, like,
just people can ask.
Do them because it's anonymously, and, like, people
they feel more comfortable.
Don't get embarrassed.
Like, yeah, exactly, like, same way.
And they can actually sound
if a survey is anonymous, like, service was shit.
Yeah. But if you, like, have to put your name at the end, like, 7.
Looked great. Absolutely 10 out of 10.
But no.
Yeah.
Okay. My boyfriend of 4 years has never wanted to travel, but I want to go for 6 months to a year. I haven't properly told him yet, but he knows I love traveling. Any tips on how to bring it up? I don't want to hurt him, but I'm not missing out on either.
Wait.
So she basically wants to travel, and her boyfriend knows she wants to travel. She wants to go long term, 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
And she needs to tell him, but she doesn't know how to bring it up.
Does he want to travel?
No, he doesn't want to go.
Oh, Lord.
Never. And my boyfriend of 4 years never wanted to go and travel. Well, I think it's a very similar situation to what I was in before I left.
Yeah, I feel like if it's something that you really, really want to do and, like, it's your passion, go with your passion. And you can try long distance. Long distance does work for... I guess it's different for everybody.
We're not saying break up with him. I think go and do what you want to do, because otherwise you're going to stay because of him, and then you're going to resent him.
And you're going to be unhappy in your relationship, and you're going against your values and your morals, and you wouldn't want him to do that either if he was in the same position. You know, you want to let someone be who they are.
And you don't want to be like, oh, I didn't travel because of you, and then it's like putting blame on him, and then he's going to feel guilty. The tension.
Yeah.
And then you're going to resent him. So I think definitely go, like 1,000,000% go. Obviously, long distance is a thing. And if you and your boyfriend, they're together 4 years already. So, like, they can...
It's definitely possible, like, but if you're not coming back and he doesn't want to
This is, like, the situation I was in.
Unless you want to meet, like, somewhere in the world and, like...
It says my boyfriend of 4 years has never wanted to travel. She wants to go for 6 months a year. I'd say
maybe that's just a thing of, like, compatibility then as well.
Yeah, I think obviously you value travel and he doesn't.
And that's one thing that's not
so, like, I'd say, like, book your ticket and then talk to him, because if you talk to him and then you change your mind,
and you're not going to be doing it, you're not going to be doing it for you either. You're going to be changing your mind most likely for him if you are change. Oh, Ginny Joe.
Make a wish. Floating in the air. Anyway.
Sorry, I just blew into the microphone. I was blowing a Ginny Joe.
Yeah. I think definitely go book your ticket and then bring it up to him. Like, look, I've booked my ticket to go. Because if you were talking to him and then you were persuaded by him not to go, you won't do it. So at least the ticket's booked.
Exactly.
That's a bit like it's a bit ballsy, but you know.
And if it's something you know you want to do in your heart, like it's big enough to pluck up the courage to go traveling in the first place, and know that you want to go, and that's the one thing that you need to get started. So definitely get your ticket and have a chat with him and just see what he has to say as well for himself. And I feel like you'll know between yourselves if you want to do long distance and if you don't. Great if you do. If you don't, obviously that chapter is just closed, and it's not the worst thing in the world either.
It's sad.
You know?
Like, it's going to be one of those things that's, like, sad now, but when you look back on it, you're going to be thankful that it happened.
Yeah, and you never know, in the future you could...
Yeah, because if he loves you and he'll let you go, like, literally...
And if they love you, they'll come back.
Or
you'll meet again, not come back.
But you'll pass my cross, but... Yeah, if he loves you enough and, like, wants you to be happy and he knows it's going to make you happy, like, he'll let you go. And, like, whether you stay together when you go or you don't, like, that's just something that you can decide amongst yourselves. But...
Yeah.
Very well done getting the courage to go,
well done.
And, like, leaving your boyfriend, because that
and
was...
just bring it up in, like,
like, that was hard.
The best thing is communication, honestly, and then you know where you stand with each other and what to do.
I had a boyfriend for 4 years before I left to come to Bali, and then we decided to very amicably part ways. We're still friends. And then...
It just wouldn't have been like, you've been here for over a year.
Yeah, and I would have always resented
long distance for a year is just not it. Like that, you might as well just have a pen pal.
And I wouldn't have, like, all the experience I've had.
No, yeah. Oh, Jesus. She wouldn't have been able to write the book of...
I would have been able to do the red flags if I had been with him. So, yeah, you'll know yourself. It's just, like, one of those things that you know what to do,
Yeah, you probably know deep down already as well. It's just plucking up the courage and doing it, but you can do it.
Yes. So we have another one for something that was a friendship one. So it was coming back to a group of friends that I don't really relate to anymore. I always initiate doing things, and it's always around alcohol. I've taken a step back the last few weeks, and I feel the friendship would legit wither away if I didn't initiate. Just note there's been numerous of times they have met up and I wasn't invited. It's mad because I already know what I should do, and I've made so many new like-minded friends from stepping back as well.
So this girl
is obviously
grew apart from her friendship group because their values don't align anymore, basically.
Yeah, well, she said, like, she's always the one, like, initiating the meet-up, and it's always around alcohol. Like, she obviously doesn't want to be around alcohol anymore, and, like, doesn't feel like she aligns with these friends. So I guess she's asking us what to do. Well, like, but she already knows. See, you always already know what to do. You just need to get clear and honest with yourself. Like,
and I feel like sometimes when you hear from someone else as well, you're like, right, yeah, I know.
Yeah, because
Genuinely,
like
it's just hearing it out loud.
they solidify
Yeah.
your own like opinion on it.
Well, obviously it's going against her values,
Mm-hmm.
what they're doing, and like obviously how they are, and like it's okay as you grow up, you do.
Exactly. We're not
Distance from
children anymore.
friends.
It's not like I'm not your friend anymore. It's just like
You don't have to be friends with
you don't
everyone.
have to be friends with
like,
everyone. And like yeah, as we both grow, like we all grow up and find different interests, and like obviously your values and you don't align with them anymore, and that's okay. And like we talked about this in one episode already, didn't we? But like how to kind of stop being friends with people is just like when they invite you out to do things, just say no, I can't.
or just suggest, say if you want to go somewhere else, like you want to go, oh, actually, do you want to go for a coffee today? Or, oh, actually, do you want to go out for food?
Rather than
and
alcohol.
if they're like, nah, I'd rather go this place, you just be like, right, okay, I don't want to do that. So,
and by the looks of things, it's going to be easy to distance yourself from them because you said I would feel the friendship would legit wither away if I didn't initiate. So maybe just like stop initiating and like stop putting the effort in, like, because effort's not being reciprocated.
yeah.
And then like if you have other friends that
And like it's sad, but like think of the good times
met
that you've
so
had together,
many-
and like sometimes you just grow apart, and that's
yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
I've made so many new like-minded friends from stepping back as well. So to be honest, you're in
Yeah.
the perfect ideal situation. You're the one putting the effort in. So if you stop putting the effort in, you'll easily be able to distance yourself from them. You have new like-minded friends.
you're making room for more by obviously not like getting rid of your friends to make room for more, but you know
like,
what I mean?
You can give your energy to people that
to other
deserve
people,
it and reciprocate it.
You'll probably feel depleted as well if you're putting yourself in situations that you don't want to be in. Like I know when I do something that I don't want to do at my core, and I'm like, right, I'll just go anyways, which I really don't do anymore. Like I don't think I'm a people pleaser in most ways, but I know that when I do, I'm like, for fuck's sake, like I shouldn't have done this. And you don't, that just affects your overall mood. Then you don't want to do that to yourself. You need to respect yourself and be like, right, okay, this is obviously just, we're not supposed to be friends anymore, and we've changed, and that's grand. But
and if the other person's mature as well, they'll understand. And you don't have to, doesn't have to be made a deal up. You can have like, let's just not be friends anymore. It's not a breakup. Like,
I mean,
you can just,
it's still a friendship.
Yeah, it's not a breakup. Like, you don't have to be like, right, we're not friends anymore. Like, we're 5 again.
Like, just
just distance yourself. Do your own thing.
Do you ever you meet people at parties and stuff, and you don't, not that you're like a bitch to any of them or they're a bitch to you, but like you have small talk and that's fine, but like, you know, you just don't click,
be friends on the
you know what I
outside,
mean? And that's
outside of a party.
fine. You don't have to feel like you need to be friends with anyone. I feel like you do when you're younger, growing up, that's how you feel, but realistically you don't.
You find people that you have interest in. And yeah, so it just takes courage to be like, you know, these people aren't for me. And again, being honest with yourself. Yeah. Like, these people aren't for me.
This all comes back to honesty this week.
Honesty is the theme of the week.
Underlying.
So just being honest with yourself and saying, okay, these people don't align with me anymore. They're not bad people. Like, it's just we don't have the same interest anymore. And like, to respect myself and to make myself happy and put myself first, I need to distance myself from them.
So what we're saying is block them.
Yeah. Don't answer their calls. Give them hate on Instagram. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. No way.
To be honest, you're in the ideal situation, and girl, you know what to do.
You know what to do.
We got a few, I feel like, because we specialise in like red flags.
We specialise in red flags, guys.
And
as we wore last time, the red tops.
Yeah, people
we were 2 red
put
flags.
their trust in us to give us
There's a green flag here.
to give us some advice about their relationships. So, on to our next segment.
So I feel like you can accept stuff and you think it's normal, but then you hear podcasts like people writing in, you're like, oh, fuck.
Because you're brainwashed, probably, yeah.
You know?
So, red flag repellent. So I screenshot more questions. They're so...
Sorry,
no, it's not funny. This is not funny. Sorry, we're sorry that we're laughing at your situation, but it's anonymous as well, so it doesn't matter.
It's not.
Okay, this one's good. My BF, my boyfriend, splashed out on a grand gesture treat, and now I feel like he's using it as an excuse and guilt-tripping me with the fact he spent money on me. So whenever I ask for something small now, like so small, like, can you get me a drink from the shop, he rolls his eyes and calls me ungrateful. Right.
No.
So basically, this girl, her boyfriend has bought her
Let's say a Louis Vuitton bag.
Let's say Louis V bag.
You'd swear we're obsessed with like designer shit. We're really not. We don't give a shit.
It's just a grand gesture. Yeah. Can imagine this. And now he's using that excuse to hold it against her. So she's like, will you get me a drink from the shop? And he's like, I already bought you a Louis V bag.
I don't do that. Like, don't get someone a gift and then
with the expectation
to get something back, or like that's it now. Like, you don't have to do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so
you just
he's calling her ungrateful, and Rig rolls his eyes. because she's asking for a drink from the shop. Well, I mean, grand gesture, drink from the shop.
Yeah, I just feel...
So I think this girl needs to be like to her fella. Like, look, I'm so thankful. Like, express your gratitude for the gift.
Maybe he didn't think that you were grateful at the time. We obviously don't know the situation. Maybe you were. I'm just saying that he might feel like he didn't get... Maybe he was doing it to feel... Do you know what I mean? When
I would just see communication here and honesty again.
Yeah.
Is like the bottom line.
Just
so
tell him you're grateful.
Say to him like, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for this. It was amazing present. But it's like it's making the experience a lot less enjoyable the way you're holding it over me.
Oh, yeah. If I ask you to do anything, like if I can turn the light off or something.
Yeah. It's like, you just turn the light off, babe. I got you a Louis V bag. It's like, for fuck's sake. Right.
Yeah, like you won't even, like, you don't want it, like, you know what I mean? You're like, well, I have your thing there.
That's what I'm saying. It's putting a dampener on the whole experience.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something you should bring up to him. And, like, he probably doesn't see it that way, but maybe if you make him aware, like, it's like, then if
and just ask him why he got you that gift in the first place. Was it just, do you know what I mean? Because if someone gets you something out of, like, literally the good of their heart and, like, just wants to do it and expects nothing in return, maybe the reason he got you something wasn't.
Yeah, he obviously bought it with a different intention. So you just need to ask him what his intentions were, or, like, you just need to say that his attitude towards present giving is, like, dampening the...
Don't get me any more presents ever again.
I'm like, right, don't get me any more presents if you're going to be
I'll buy my own bag, thanks. Yeah.
Take your Louis V bag back. But, yeah, you just need to be honest and clear, express how you feel. And to be honest, if he continues on with that behaviour, that's a massive red flag.
See you later. Goodbye.
Boy, bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Cutthroat.
Honesty is the best policy. This is another one. This one's all about money this week, guys. Thoughts on your boyfriend making you 50-50 on everything, even the cheapest things you can imagine. I understand rent, but I'm talking having to go halves on a thing that costs £1. At what point do you feel like a roommate and not a girlfriend?
Oh, God.
So, I agree, like I think it's the modern day world where, like, men and women should definitely, like, pay 50-50.
Yeah, I don't expect a man to pay for everything.
Not, like, 50-50 on everything, but, like, you know, it's not where the man pays for all. If your man wants to spoil you and pay for everything, like, and just out of the goodness of his heart, not like the person we talked about in the previous story.
And, like, you literally, like,
allow him, and you
are wrestling him, and he will not accept it, then fine, do you know what I mean? And, like, maybe you just get him something in return, as in, like, get him something to say thank you, even if it's, like, doing something small for him, like,
you can do an act of service to show him your appreciation, or, like, buy him small gifts every now and then.
Get him his gym membership next time or something, you know what I mean?
Give him, like, just your love if that's all he's looking for in return. But I agree, like, it's good as a female to offer.
And definitely, like, if you're in a relationship, like, if he pays for one thing, maybe you can get the next dinner, or you can get the next breakfast,
or when you go to
the
cinema,
next coffee.
He pays for tickets, you pay for snacks.
Yeah, you know?
All that is nice.
I definitely don't expect the man to pay for everything.
If he's making you go halves on something that costs £1, like, it's just a tricky thing to say. Like, you don't be like, you're a fucking stingy bastard, like.
But that is kind of like...
But it's a bit much, like.
That's kind of like a turn off.
Yeah, it's an ick.
It's a bit of a... Yeah, it's a bit of an ick.
No. It's a bit of an ick when they're, like, really tight with money.
Yeah.
Because also money is a form of energy. And if they're, like, going to be tight on, like, money, they could be...
writing down everything you owe them and being like, all right, here, you owe me €50 in total, cinema, the Nando's, and the
money is a form of energy. So, like, what other aspect of their energy are they being stingy with? Like, their love for you, their appreciation
and maybe
for
just
you.
Be like, look, are you worried about money or something? Like, and just get it over him that way.
Yeah.
And, like, see what he's feeling, because you don't want to just be like, oh, would you just stop being fucking stingy?
Yeah, if he's, like, stressed about money. Yeah. But yeah, like, even things that are £1, like, you know, it's a bit...
Okay, that's a bit much.
It's a bit much. And then you don't want to be like...
And then you don't feel good either. You're like, oh, am I just worth nothing then, you know? You're like, oh.
Yeah, so I think that's a good thing. Maybe ask him, like, oh, are you worried about money?
Is everything okay with money?
Is everything okay at home?
With your job? Like, are you feeling secure? Yeah. What's the story there? Instead of being like, you're fucking stingy, like, you don't get me this, you don't get me that.
Yeah, don't act like a
don't approach it with anger.
But yeah,
you know?
I think, like, just ask him, like, and then if he starts going on about, like, you owe me £1, I'd be like, come on now, it's £1. Like, maybe just express that that's a bit much.
I'm like, are you for real?
Like, are you taking the
like when
fucking
you
piss?
pay, if he pays for your park and it's like €2 and he's asking for it back, like that is a bit like, Jesus Christ.
That is something that we bring up on the fucking X. Someone asking for €1 back.
No.
But yeah, I think just, like, maybe just try come at it from a place of compassion and say, like, are you worried about
Yeah,
money?
you never know. Like, if people grow up in a family or an environment where money's always an object and they're like, oh, I don't have money this week. Oh, I don't have enough money to buy that toy. Oh, I don't have money to do this, do that. If he's always been like that, he's probably grown up in an environment like that, so it's probably ingrained in him almost. But if it's just happening out of nowhere, you never know what's the actual reason behind it, you know?
If it is a place where he's like, yeah, learn behaviour about money, or he's worried about money, then you can be like, okay, like, that's, you can like feel bad for him, like, and be like, okay, I understand where he's coming from. But if he's just genuinely like a stingy bastard, like, I'd be like, right, that's something you need to look at, or else this ain't gonna work.
No, I wouldn't like
that's
that now. Like that,
you know, because a lot of the time when we talk about icks and stuff,
you don't have to accept that either. You know,
they're like if they're fixable, you may as well bring up your partner and say, look, that turns me off.
And some people might be okay with that, but if you're not, and that's not in your values to be like that and whatnot, like, don't accept it. And just, you're not compatible, so just
like, you're not going to break up and over him asking for €1 back, but it's definitely something you'd worth.
It's something to look at, you know.
Yeah, if it can be fixed, then have a look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, someone else, this is kind of a funny one, but someone said, I guess it was a boy that asked this, best way to be approached, are there certain locations where people don't want to be bothered, like the gym maybe? So I can imagine this is a guy asking us, like, how does he
not in the gym especially. Well, I guess
no, like, how does he approach a girl, like, to ask her out for dinner or ask her out? So I like, not like he said, like the gym maybe. Like the gym could be a good place to ask a girl out.
Because you have similar interests.
Because obviously you're both interested in the gym and fitness. But maybe just don't ask her like mid-set where she has to like put the weight down, take her earphones out, or like don't be weirdly like looking over at her when she's like
we were in a gym over here at the start when we first moved here, and we actually had to finish our workouts early because we're getting creeped on. This isn't like, oh, we're fucking amazing, but you know what I mean? Like it was just, we were like, go away.
It was because it was like, I can imagine it was because it was like mid-pandemic.
There was no one coming in.
No one was coming into Ireland. Two blonde girls walking into the gym.
They knew we were
Everyone
new
knew
as well.
Their fresh face. Everyone was just like taking their chance, shooting their shot, you know?
But it was just, we were like,
but it was like a bit much.
Like, go away. Yeah.
And like it was mid-set where you had to like take your earphone out, put the weight down.
No, we didn't wear earphones to the gym. We had to start wearing earphones to the gym.
God. Yeah, so
oh my God.
Like maybe approach them after their workout or before they start, or if they're at the water fountain, like before they start their exercise, like, you know, wait for the right moment and then don't be creepy about it, and then don't be staring over at them. Like coffee shops are a good place to ask people. It's what you're advertising. Like is it the best place to ask a person? Like, so say if you're in a nightclub and like
you can meet your boyfriend. I'm sure there's some people who've met their boyfriends in nightclubs and stuff like that, but a lot of the time it's, you don't really, I'm not sure if you get a relationship out of a nightclub
meeting
guy.
I mean, like if you have, send us in and it's been a success story, we'd love to know. But obviously if you're at a nightclub, like you're into partying, so like if you're both into partying, you're both in the nightclub every weekend, great, then you both similar interests. But if you're there like for a friend's birthday, like it's your first time out, like next week in 6 months, and you're looking for the love of your life, like the most likely this person's going to be a party animal, and it's not going to be compatible, you know. So it's like, what are you advertising by being there?
So
like, if you're both in a library, you're both
college,
into books, if you're both studying the same thing, if you're both in the gym, great.
So just know when to approach someone, not just mid-set.
Yeah, business lounge in the airport, you're definitely going to find.
Yeah, find a good one there.
Find a good one there.
There was a famous person in my gym, I don't really want to say his name. There's a famous person in my gym twice now, the same guy. And I'm like, I am obsessed with this man, but I would not go up to him because I'm just like too embarrassed. I don't know, I'm too shy. And I don't annoy him when he's doing his workout, but I'm not even joking. He'd be after running like 10 minutes on the treadmill, and he'll get off and be sweating, like heavy breathing, head over the treadmill, and people be going up to him like, oh my God, hi. And he's like, hi. Like, you know,
yeah, just like
sometimes
it's not the right moment. Yeah. So I think it's good to be considerate of like what that person's doing, what their personal space, not being a creep, that's all. Mm-hmm. And like if you don't give creep vibes,
people are like, oh,
you have
who's
a better
the famous
chance.
man?
You have a better chance of like having a conversation or asking her out. And then someone said, what are some green flags? I mean, we know exactly not what we want, and like,
but I feel like finding out what you don't want, like I said, in multiple scenarios, doesn't matter what it is, work, like activity, whatever, men.
Food.
Find out what you don't want to do, or what you don't want is as valuable as finding out what you do want, because I feel like that's how you know what you want. Say if you get someone that's like disrespectful or doesn't really put in much effort to see you, you're like, right, well, I don't want that.
Yeah,
I
so
want
someone's
someone
respectful,
who
I want someone that is
shows
respectful.
me that they put in the effort, you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
plan our dates, they make up things, you know, to do.
And obviously green flags are nearly personal preference, because it's like, what do you want in a
different
person?
to
Like,
everyone.
what I want in a person could be different to what you want in a person.
Yeah. No, it's not.
No, I think we're laughing because we both know it is.
Well, like the basic levels of like
Yeah,
respect,
basic, like,
being
what do we
treated,
call
loyalty,
that? Like
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
what? No, like, what do we call it? It's like the
Basic human needs.
It was like the ick last week when he gives you the bare minimum. Yeah, it's
a
a bare minimum.
Jeez,
like,
why am I like Maslow's hierarchy? That's like a business thing.
It's like if you get obviously like the bare needs like respect, like love, reassurance.
And it depends what your love language
security.
as well is. Like my love language could be different to
That's
aliens,
what I mean.
you
Like,
know.
so like
it's-
green flags is like the bare minimum.
what is
that,
it
like,
for you?
sometimes
What's
that
a green
we-
flag for you consist of?
So what I like would look for
Tattoos.
green flags, full body tattoos, glasses.
Anyway, yeah.
Would be like respect.
Mm-hmm.
I would like a guy that's into health and fitness.
Yeah,
and
has
appreciates-
ambition.
Appreciates, like, has ambition.
Loyal.
Loyalty, security, reassurance,
Compliments.
and just like gives me
words of affirmation.
and just like reciprocates what
just
energy
gives me
I
everything
give.
I want ever and never says no to me.
I mean, it's not far off that.
No, not you. I'm
What
just
I
saying
have
in
right
general.
now.
Yeah. That's what we all want.
Yeah. We just
No.
manifested it.
Yeah.
And just like reciprocates the energy I give him,
Mm-hmm.
which I feel like does happen in
That
real
does
life,
happen,
because
yeah.
like when I just like have
What you
opened
give
my
out, you
heart
get
to
back.
it, when I open my heart to like this person and like just try to be the best version of myself for them all the time, like it seems to be reciprocated back
100%.
right now. And when it didn't,
When you're not in your like
and I
absolute,
knew
yeah.
it wasn't like good.
When you're not in your highest vibration, you honestly,
Don't attract
it's so
the right
us what you
people.
do attract people that you're like, feck off. Are
Yeah.
you for real? At the time, maybe you're like, oh yeah, and then it just wasn't
Yeah.
meant for you, obviously.
But yeah, so just like the bare minimum, and then like whatever energy I give, which I always try now, be like not toxic at all. I don't have to try not be toxic. I try to be myself.
My friends used to call me so picky, and they're like, you need to just stop being so picky because
Yeah, but like you're
you're not gonna get someone. But I was like, no, because I just wasn't into going around with loads of different people when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I'm still fucking 22, but you know what I mean. I just wasn't into just
Mm.
dating loads and whatever. So I just never did that because I was just like,
And
I just wanted
someone-
to be on my own.
Yeah,
with
you want
no
someone who
distractions.
like
go
just
away.
accepts you for you as you
Mhm.
are. Like not even when you're trying to be fake or like trying to be like a different version of yourself. Like who you are. Like when you have your fucking t-shirt on and you're lying in bed like looking like scruff. Like
They
or
like you and they
like
comment
you
and you're
that.
like, sorry, you actually think they're lying because you're like,
Or like when you just
feck
like
off.
don't feel your best and they still like you
They
at
still
that
like you,
version
yeah.
of yourself. Like
Mhm.
that's the nicest feeling.
That is, yeah, 100%.
Warms my heart.
No.
And what do you look for in a guy? Or like sorry,
literally
some green
same as you,
flags.
like
Yeah.
just
So I guess we are
respect.
the same.
Yeah, respect, affection, support. Like what I didn't realize I liked is like when someone actually supports anything you do,
Mhm.
obviously within reason. But like,
Yeah.
you could be like, right, I want to be an astronaut, and they're
I'm
like,
not
right,
sure he
this is
respects
how you
the
do
Regina
it.
version of you.
Yeah,
but-
okay, whatever. But like no one does. Like I want to be an astronaut. Like Dad would be like, just okay, you can do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like just so say if I was like with another boyfriend, I want to start a podcast. They'd be like, why do you want to do that? Like that's you don't be with someone like that.
Yeah.
Like putting you down before you even start. Whereas
Yeah,
like
someone who tells you they're proud of you.
if you're
like,
with someone else,
that's
you're like,
cute.
oh my god, well done. Like you're doing really well. Do you know what I mean? It's
Mm.
just nice to hear and like I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
I feel
like,
like everybody should have
I
that.
think like affection, attention, and words of affirmation are good as well.
Yeah. Love men, like we said in the last
Men,
one.
we love you. This podcast
Not boys,
is
men.
for you. Yeah,
Not red flags either.
green flags.
Green flags only.
Keep sending your red flag stories,
Questions
scenarios,
in.
questions in. Cause
Hopefully
they're-
they help as well because like I know sometimes you can be so in
Well, like you said, if
you
you're
can be-
brainwashed
yeah,
and you can't see it,
you can be so in your own
sometimes-
world or you can be so stressed and your emotions are so heightened you don't know what to do. Do you know what I mean? You honestly don't know what to do
and you realize that other people are in the same
Yeah, and they
situation
are.
as you.
100%.
So
humans are all the same.
Yeah, we're all the same.
In some way, shape, or form.
That's why we all relate to this little Mr. Man trend.
Yes.
And then our last segment for today is adventure time.
Adventure time. What was it?
So basically, the most asked question we always get, we kind of avoid it because it's just not like something that we can
really
legally speak about over here.
You literally should have seen my face when you said that.
I'll watch it back.
No.
But basically, people are saying, how do we make
money? How does one travel and make money? OnlyFans is the way.
Not.
Well, you can.
We're speaking from what we have seen from people.
Yeah, seen from other people.
From other people doing.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, no, genuinely.
Honestly, OnlyFans.
How do people make money while they travel? Like, what we have seen, like, as
out
popular...
here, and there's a lot.
Popular, like, kind of...
roles.
is, like, genuinely OnlyFans. And, like, respect to the people that do it. Unreal. They seem to make unreal money.
Like, if you're feeling, like, empowered in your body, it's, like, I feel like at home, maybe not so much anymore, but definitely at the start, everyone was like, oh my God, fucking
everyone was, like,
slow, like...
Yeah, at people, like, selling nudes, but, like...
blah, blah, you know what I mean?
If you got it, girl, get it. Get the bag.
Get it if you need it.
So OnlyFans, a lot of people do online personal training. So they are personal training. Business coaches.
Coaches for coaches.
Coaches for coaches.
People are like coaches for coaches. Like how to become a successful entrepreneur. But they're only an entrepreneur selling the course, if you get me. Like But anyway, if you can make money off of it.
Business coaches are like personal trainers. OnlyFans.
Mindset.
Like life coaches as well, really and like people always give life coaches like shit because like they're 23 and they're life coach. But I mean, like if they've done all like the deeper work than that people are like willing to do,
and they can help, and they're like, they're not just being like, oh, listen to me because I'm a fucking guru. They're really like, listen to me because I want to help you. And if people are getting help from them, why are people so spiteful?
And they're the ones putting the deeper work in than everyone else is. So like they have some sort of like
value to give and
like extra knowledge that you don't have. So like if you're willing to pay for a life coach, great.
And it honestly helps some people. Like sometimes people just need that extra. I'm speaking for myself here, Jen. I might get one.
Yeah,
people are like
they just need that like
extra push. That's not their mom. That's not their sister. That's not their friend. Like a professional, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So life coaches are a big thing I hear.
Me and Aveen.
I mean, 2 life coaches. That is us. Yeah. A lot of bloggers, obviously, like influencers
in different areas,
traveling ones, fashion ones.
A lot of travel, a lot of photographers.
Models. A lot of people model as well. Photographers, like filmmakers, content creators.
UCG creators, which is user generated. Sorry, this is like a business lesson now, guys.
Yeah.
User generated content creators. So basically, you don't have to be an influencer. What you do is you might have a product at home from a brand, let's say a perfume, skincare, whatever you have. You can take a video. Do you know what I mean? Like, so this foundation has been on for blah, 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 or this face mask, whatever. Take swatches, take videos of you doing that, send it to the brand, and then they pay you for your videos then if they like your content, and they might set you up with a package or whatever, and you'll get sent free stuff as well.
It's like being a blogger without the title.
It's a new trend, and you don't have to have followers. It doesn't matter how many followers you have.
You're just helping that brand get content for their product instead of them like renting studio
and you really like the content, or you really like their brand, so it's not even like it's not like, oh, buy this because I'm getting paid €5,000 for this post. Do you know what I mean? People can actually relate to it. So that's one thing. User generated content creator.
Yeah.
Seen it all over TikTok.
Yeah. TikTokers as well are out here.
Social media marketing,
virtual assistants, website builders,
SEO experts.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. That's why we said in the last podcast, I think it was,
like do something on the side if you want to travel right now.
To do something like website or like techie based, because then you can travel like nomadically, you know.
And just Google it, or if you really don't know, you can even message us
or
and
like
we can
tell
you what we've seen.
Yeah, and or you can like if you could think of something that like no one else has done.
Business, e-commerce brand.
E-commerce, yeah, drop shipping.
Which obviously that's
clothing. A lot of people like get clothes made here and then sell back in the Western world because it's like way cheaper to make it here. But sustainability.
It's sustainable, yeah. It's sustainable.
Like
eco-friendly,
like no slave labor, and then like they can get it made here. Like we get
a lot of Australians do that as well.
Yeah, we get our clothes made here by like a tailor
for nights out and stuff.
Nights out. We just show him a picture of like a dress that we seen on Instagram or like on a website. Show him it, and then he'll come take our measurements, go off, make the product, and then come back, fit it for us.
And it's actually fitted to your body shape.
Yeah, and then it's like not that expensive at all. And then people do that, but they make like one size, you know.
And then they're giving business they're giving business to that like Balinese or whatever, that tailor, and then they could even end up getting like a factory out of it.
I've seen it happen. Yeah, and then they sell the clothes in the Western world for a higher price. Also, like nomadic jobs.
You don't hear about it.
We've seen people like like at home you just kind of fit into a category here, like at home. So of jobs, but here is like there's so many ways that you can make money, and
a lot of people just think of teaching English when they're like, oh, travel teaching English, but. Yeah, if you're really passionate about that, but there's multiple other ways to make money, trust me.
Especially online. Making money online is the way to go. So I feel like that is the end of our podcast. We'll wrap it up there.
I feel like we were like, nah.
Yeah, we're very like, I don't think we're as
energetic today.
Or like we didn't laugh as much. It was more serious.
You know,
but sometimes you need that balance.
We can't fake it all the time either, you know.
Yeah.
We didn't fake it. I'm not saying we faked it all the time.
No, we can't fake it. We're happy all the time, and today we're recording at a bit of a later time. It's already 5:00.
We've had 2 coffees, and I feel like I'm on the coffee crash.
And like we're just kind of like, we're on the coffee buzz crash. And it's like really hot today. Like, thank God.
First world problem.
It's like 20, like, you know, it's like fucking like 32 degrees something today.
No, it's really warm.
And it's just later in the day, so we're a bit like, we've like already trained like 3 hours or 2 hours or something this morning, and 2 coffees in.
Anyways, we're just keeping it real here, and we're being who we're being at the end of the day,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Is this a therapy session or a fucking podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't feel like we laughed as much, but we gave some.
I swear we're funny.
I think we gave some
good advice.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and like had a little chat. So
we're not life coaches.
We'll be back next week after I think
our weekend out.
After our weekend out, so we'll update. We'll report back with our week reflection. Yeah, so I hope this podcast was somewhat insightful. Remember to keep sending your stories, dilemmas.
And if the questions box isn't up, just send it anyway, as always.
Yeah, and we'll put the anonymous questions box in so you can send your... And thank you for the people that did send them in and took the courage.
And hopefully we've answered your questions and given our unsolicited advice.
Unsolicited advice from 2 life coaches. And I feel like that's what we need to get a t-shirt.
Yeah.
But yes, have a great week.
Have a great week. Oh,
have a great weekend. Follow us on our socials.
Yeah.
On TikTok, we're going to be more active on TikTok now.
Yeah, we are.
So
we said it. We have to be putting out there.
Yeah, we're no more procrastination.
Serotonin_sisters_ on Instagram. Serotonin sisters 22 on TikTok, and email is serotoninsisters22@gmail.com.
So thank you for listening. Have a great week.
Have a great weekend. Oh, jinx. And see you in the next one, or hear you in the next one.
Hear us in the next one, or watch us on YouTube.
In the next one, yeah.
Okay. Thanks for listening. Bye.